Minasan, konnichi. What's up? Today I am going over the kanji that we are using to describe a beginner level telling time. So this is a kanji for hour, like ichiji, niji. And the left side, this is the nichiyobi, the sun kanji, but it's longer and skinnier. And the right side has two parts. You see that top part is the doyobi, the soil. And the bottom of the doyobi is this. This is another kanji, a separate, independently. It's a kanji that means sun. That is like kind of like the inch kind of a thing. So you are creating hour by sort of like a tick tock. You are dividing the day into a hour. So that is what the thing is. And if you can remember, this right side also indicates a tempo. So back in the day in Japan, when there was no actual like digital clock or a standard time, it was based off of the sun movement. And then during the day, the tempo in the local regions would ring the bell to let the people know, hey, this is whatever o'clock. And so that comes from this thing. It's for the day. The tempo is going to tell you that hour. That is the reminiscent of that tradition. So just remember that. Now, this indicates the kanji for minutes. And as we went over, I am just going to go over that every 5 to 10 minute increment. And you are writing two parts of kanji. So the top part looks kind of like a katakana ha. It is sort of similar because it comes from the number 8, hachi no ha. So number 8, and the bottom part of the kanji is katana. So you are slashing this kanji, even though the meaning for the time is minutes, it means to split. So you are splitting something with the katana sword. So make sure you know the different, if you put 5, you would read it as go fun for this kanji. And if you put 10, 20, 30, 40, and so forth, you're going to have to read this with a pun, with the small u and the 2. So every 10-minute increment is jupun, and you add ni jupun, san jupun, yon jupun. So this is kind of review. Now, we learn how to say 1:30, half past 1 o'clock is as ichiji han. Ichiji han, this is another kanji that you're going to use. This actually means half. So it's like a ni, kanji no ni, or katakana ni, half, like split it in half with this short line. So make sure this is going through the line. Do not stop at the top of this top line. Yeah? Okay, それでは to say 7時半に学校に行きます。7:30 I go to school. Now, if you put the goro to any kind of a time, it becomes around whatever time. So in this case, 12 half, 12:30. Around 12:30, I go to sleep. So make sure the goro comes after the han. All right, let's practice. 午前 how do you read this? 4時30分頃 around 4:30. 4時 make sure it's a yo and 30分午前12時半頃午前6時25分頃 so it's always 10分 ending 5分 ending when you see 0, you're going to just automatically say 10分 and you just read the number of the first digit, tens digit. So 30分、25分、午後10時頃、午後4時, but to say 40 minutes is regular 40分。午後, it's not 9時. Remember, it's 9時, and then again, it's 40, 40, but 5分、45分頃。So practice by rewinding this tape again and to be able to say and read smoothly. You are going to have to provide the kanji with the numeric numbers like this, and also provide how to read in hiragana. All right, let's keep on going. Let's do a reviewing, because instead of saying gogo, gozen, we're going to use morning, like asa, noon or daytime, midday, hiru, and later in the evening, yugata, and at nighttime, it's after dark mostly, yoru. So keep that time of the day name in mind. So normally, the way that I've been teaching you is instead of 8 a.m., like the English order, you're going to say gozen first, right? So you would say gozen 8지. So this is a kanji for ji. And for 7:40 will be gogo 7지, not 7지, 40分. Oh, but then variation. So there's so many ways to say. In the ego, you would say 8 o'clock in the morning. That's the translation, right? But you're going to have to say asa 8지. And this is gogo 7지 40分. And because it's a 7지 40分is, I would say it's already nighttime. So yoru 7지 40分. So what about 1 a.m.? 1 a.m. is tricky. That's why I'm highlighting this. In US, you would say English, you would say 8 in the morning. Yeah? Would you agree? However, in Japan, it's the darkness. It's the darkness of the night, of the sky matters. Even though it's a.m., you wouldn't say asa 1지. You would say yoru 1지. I'm sorry, this is super confusing. So I would say all the way up to, so midnight is yoru 12지. 1지,夜1時、夜2時、夜3時、夜4時ぐらいまで until 4 a.m.ish, you would probably want to say yoru. If you're not clear, you should always use gozen 4時, gozen 5時. From around 4 a.m.ish, because the night gets kind of like bright. I wouldn't say bright, but it's now the sun may start to peek out early, during the summer. So you would want to use gozen instead of yoru. But this a.m. is definitely yoru 1지. Okay, let's keep on going. Very, very tricky thing again. You probably want to write it down and rewind this video over and over again. So 1지 is 1 o'clock. It doesn't matter. Gozen, gogo, yoru, asa, doesn't matter, because it's just a 1 o'clock. So in order for you to describe a duration, the length of certain thing that you do, let's say you exercise for 1 hour. To describe 1 hour is 1時間. There is a kanji for kan, but for now, we're not learning that. So make sure you know 1時間 is 1 hour. Now, doesn't 1時間 sound like 1時半? Yep, it sounds very similar. So, to say 1:30 was 1時半. Now, I'm so sorry. The last one is the trickiest one. 1 hour is 1時間. 1:30 is 1時半. How about if there is a way to, there's a time that you need to describe, oh, I did the homework for hour and a half. This is a duration. It's not the time. How do you say that? So, 1時間半. Sorry, the school bell just rang. 1時間半. So, I want you to say this over and over again to yourself. Repeat after me. To describe the hour, the duration, just make sure, secure the hour first. So it's always 1時間. It has to have 1時間. And then you add 半. If it's like 1時間45分, 45 minutes, that's another duration, 1 hour and 45 minutes. So for now, we're just trying to describe, understand the difference between 1時半, 1時間半, hour and a half, between hour and a half to 1:30. I am so sorry. Some of you get confused. You go 1時半間. Do not make this mistake. Secure the hour first. Repeat after me. Secure the hour first. What? Yep, it is what it is. And I want you to play this game that I'm going to show you, and the link is in the comment section. So please do this after to get better at telling time in Nihongo. Okay, so one thing I really want you to know is to say approximately or about. This is yoji. This is yojikan. So yoji is 4 o'clock. So to say around 4 o'clock or at about 4 p.m. or 4 a.m., whatever the time, you have to use goro. Now, to say for about 4 hours, let's say it takes about 4 hours from what city to what city when you're flying over on the mainland and stuff. To say that, you have to use gurai. So do not mix up or switch around. You don't say yoji gurai, you say yoji goro. You don't say yojikan goro, you have to use yojikan gurai. So be sure to practice this in order for you to be able to play the game. All right, so watch after this. Now you can play the game. That's all. Sayonara. Okay, let's play this game as I go over together with you. And the link is under the comment section, so you can actually do on your own. So I'm going to click this and I'm going to show you how to do this. So this is ham, gogo, niji. So it's always gogo, PM comes first, and niji han, 2:30. Yay, perfect. Gogo, 2:30, 2:30 p.m. Now, asa, it's meaning, morning, right? So instead of saying whatever time in the morning, asa has to come at the very top. And you would put 6:00 goro. Around 6 in the morning was the answer. Now, this is Gozen AM, always comes first, and Yoji, not Yonji, and Han has to come at the end. 4:30 a.m. is what we just made. Now, Hiru is noon, daytime. So Hiru is kind of like daytime. So you're going to say Hiru first. So it's always asa, hiru, yoru comes at the very top. 12時. This literally means noon. Okay, now remember kan indicates hours. So to say that kan is at the top, but jisan doesn't make sense. So 3時間, 3 hours. Not bad. Now we have the kan and the han. What was the one that I asked you to repeat? Secure the hours first. So let's secure 5時間, 5 hours. And then you add the half. By doing that, 5時間, 5 hours and a half. 5 hours and a half. All right, now this is kind of extra, but I want you to review it. Kara means from, and it always comes at the very end. So we are trying to put 9, 9 p.m. come at the very top. So from 9 p.m. is what we're trying to say. 午後9時から. Now we see kara and made. Which one is from? This guy. So this one has to have first 8時から we need to put じ and made is at the last. But where does the 午前 go? 午前8時から10時まで meaning 午前 applies to both 8時 and 10時. So from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. most likely. All right, now this is a new one. I want you to write it down. So remember goro? Goro applies to around whatever time. Now, I forgot to mention, and I'm going to show you the slide after this, which gurai indicates hours, around whatever hours. So let's make the 6時間, 6 hours. To say approximately 6 hours, it always has to come in the end. 6時間 gurai. It's not 6時間 goro. So make sure you know that. Around 6 hours. About 6 hours. Last one, but not least. Okay, 1時間. 1時間. Secure the hour first. 1時間半. I think I need to get rid of this one. Yeah, 1時間半. This is a mistake. I added it by mistake. So 1時間半. Hour and a half. About hour and a half. So that's what we did. Make sure you can play this. I took time so that I can explain. So you should be able to do it a little bit shorter than that.